So, hello everybody, welcome back. How is everybody doing so far?
So this is, I think, one of the first episodes we're gonna record in 2021.
We haven't recorded for quite a while, which we will explain why.
Yeah, so we took a long break, but the episodes have been coming out continuously. But there is a reason why we weren't recording. And
Yeah.
what was that?
We're probably gonna talk about it in my next episode, but I had one of my wisdom teeth removed, and a big issue came up with that. But we're not gonna talk about that this episode.
Yes, we're gonna talk about something that's not as Sophia being depressed. So Sophia was able to do something that I can't do right now, which is traveling.
Exactly. So not anymore, because New Zealand right now is in rest of the New Zealand is in lockdown level 2 and Auckland is in level 3. But just before around in January, I was able to travel because we were still in level 1. So me and my husband Harley, we went to Queenstown, which is more of like a summer. It's a summer and a winter destination, because in winter a lot of people go there for skiing, and in summer it's supposed to be beautiful there. So it has like a really really big lake and it's so pretty. So we went for 2 days.
So the one thing that really surprised me when Sophia was planning this trip was the price of the plane tickets.
Right. So we got it quite cheap as well. So one person, one way there is $49 New Zealand dollars.
Oh my god. That's like a price of a bus ticket.
Well, it was quite cheap. So we did take a budget airline. So if we took like a normal, like let's say Air New Zealand, it would have been like 100 something when I saw the prices one way. So round trip, It was just under $100 per person.
Oof.
So it was quite worth it, I'd say, to go. And because when we were going, for some reason, it wasn't as busy. So even the hotels weren't that not as expensive as you would think, like a tourist destination would be. Because Queenstown is
because the demand's lower.
Complete tourist destination. They live off tourists, like restaurants, bars, everything there is for tourists. Yeah, so we had a pretty good deal, except the day that we flew, a surprise, so much rain. I didn't even think the plane was going to land because there was so much rain.
Yeah, so the thing is, Sophia's in summer, right? So before this trip, she was talking about how hot it was where she was.
Yeah.
And when she checked the weather for was it Queenstown?
Queenstown.
Didn't you say, like, it was so much colder than what you were experiencing?
Yeah, so actually when we got there, it was about 10 degrees, 10, 12 degrees, and that was in the morning.
Celsius.
Because we landed about 10, 11 a.m. So around that time, it was pouring. Okay, so before we landed in Queenstown, we were waiting for...
I knew this was good.
We waited for our shuttle to pick us up to take us to the airport, right? So I was talking to my husband. I was like, babe, you sure you don't need to bring a jacket? Because when I was going to the airport, I was wearing like a t-shirt, jacket, long pants. You know, because
the airplane itself is cold.
Yeah, so you never know. And he's like, no, I don't think you'll be cold. I think I'll be okay. Because I was telling him since the week before, like, it's going to rain the whole time we're there. It's going to be gloomy. Like, I don't know what to do. Okay, so 30 seconds before the shuttle comes, I kid you not, 30 seconds before, he checks the weather app and he's like, oh my God, I think I need to go get my jacket. And I was like, oh my God, I've been asking you that since 6 o'clock this morning when we woke up to wait for the shuttle bus. Like, so he like ran upstairs to get his like puffy vest.
But the thing I don't understand is even if you didn't bring it for the plane ride, you knew there was going to be chilly already.
Like, I think he thought it wasn't going to be that cold because Harley doesn't really get cold easily. So there he is in his little shorts and a t-shirt. And then he like running upstairs to the elevator to get his puffy jacket. And then the moment he goes upstairs, the shuttle comes. And I'm like, my husband like just went to like grab a jacket. I just need like 2 minutes. And like calling him like the shuttle's here. Like, get your butt down here. Like now.
Hurry up.
Yeah. So in the end, he brings it down, right? And then it's fine.
Yeah.
We go. We're on the airplane. We fly. So the moment we get near Queenstown and we're like descending to land, it is pouring cats and dogs. It's pouring, pouring, pouring. And by the way, so I did a domestic, right? Like a domestic flight. So they don't land where they have like that tunnel thing that you can go directly inside the airport. They open like the door and then they give you stairs and you walk down the stairs and you have to walk all the way like into the airport. But the plane door opens, it's a little stair that goes down just to the airplane, like the airport, and you have to walk this whole way inside to the airport. And it's raining cats and dogs, and we are completely soaked already the moment we walk down the stairs from there.
Because you can't just, like, spring out an umbrella.
No, because you can't bring an umbrella.
Because you can't bring them on the plane.
Yeah, exactly. So even before we got in the airport, we're already completely soaked, right? And then we didn't book a shuttle, but then there was one already there just waiting at the airport. They're like, oh, do you need a ride? So we're like, yes, please. And then we just pay and we just take the shuttle to the hotel. But lo and behold, you can't check in till 3 p.m., right? I thought most check-in times are 2, but I guess in Queenstown it's 3. And also...
Yeah.
So we had luggage, we left it at the desk, whatever. Like, me and Harley both work in hospitality, so we know it's fine, We know the whole dealio, so we know we're not going to complain or be like, why isn't our room ready? We're not like that kind of people, It's only like 11 o'clock in the morning. Knowledge. Like calm your butthole, okay? So... We're like, okay, so we decide we're going to walk down to the city center. And mind you, Queenstown city center is very small. It's only 4 roads, like, lengthwise and 4 roads horizontally. So it's like 8 roads and 8 streets in total, Queenstown. So it's like a complete, like a tourist area. So by the time we walk down
that is relatively small.
Yeah, it's a really, really small town. For the town itself, you really need only a day to look around, like, generally. So by the time we walk down the big hill to get to the city, Harley's shorts are, like, non-existent dry. It looks like they have never been dry in their life. They are sopping wet. So, me being... a very smart person, I always keep like a plastic bag in my backpack. So I was like, okay, first we need to find you some pants.
Yeah.
So I take him to the first store we see and I say, choose a sweatpants, right? So I buy him a sweatpants and I ask the lady at the store, can we just wear it out? And she's like, yeah, sure, right? So I pay for the sweatpants. She like gets rid of the magnetic thing. And then I hand the sweatpants back to Harley and he changes. So, yeah. And I get his pants and I roll it up. I put it in my little plastic bag and I put it in my backpack. So now Harley his pants are dry. He has dry pants now. So now...
I can't imagine walking around with just wet pants.
I know. And because I was wearing long pants in the beginning, they weren't that wet. But then he was wearing really thin shorts, and you know how it's, like, so windy. So his pants started to look like those bike shorts because they kept sticking onto his legs. So I was like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, pants first, talk later, right? And then...
Yeah.
And then so we're, like, walking around, because... we have, like, nowhere to go, to be fair. Because we landed so early in the morning, not many places were open. So we're like, okay, cool. So we just keep walking around. So we, like, went to the store to buy, like, water bottles and stuff to bring back to the hotel. And then we went back to the hotel a bit early because the rain didn't look like it was going to stop. But then in the end, when we got back up to the hotel, room was ready early so we could go in and have a rest. And by the way, for people, we stayed in the Holiday Inn Express near the center of Queenstown. And I do recommend it because they have free breakfast. Like, breakfast is included in the rate.
That's always nice when you're traveling. So it's like one less meal you have to think about.
Yeah. So if anyone was wondering, like, you would look it up beforehand, but their rates weren't relatively high when we were there, and breakfast was included, and it was quite nice. They always have like a tea and coffee station outside in the lobby, so you can have tea and coffee whenever you want. They have that in the room as well, but if you're just sitting in the lobby, it's nice. So
yeah,
like a good boy, after we went back, we took a shower, and he took a nap. It was his nap time, right? Because he had to wake up early. He had work the night before, and he was like soaking wet. So he took a nap, and I was like laying out the clothes to dry, because we were all sopping wet. And then we met my friend, because my friend works in Queenstown. So that day dinner, like we met him, and we had like a good time. And then the next day is the more fun day, because it was a bit raining in the morning, but then by the time we got to city center, like it finished and the sun was like starting to come out and it was beautiful. Because the first day we wanted to go up the gondola to the mountain and take the luge down, like do the luge track. But then it was raining so hard. I remember. We didn't go. But then, so Harley said, okay, it stopped raining, but it says it's going to rain back in the afternoon. So we should just go up now to do the luge, like in the morning, first thing while it's sunny. So we're like, that's what I said too. Yeah. So we took the gondola up. And then the gondola, mind you, the first couple minutes of the way, it's just completely bare. Like it's bare woods up the mountain, right? Okay. And it's quite swingy because it was quite windy. So we were going up. And then when we arrived, we got to like the Sky Lounge deck. And then I was taking pictures and I was sending them to Sally, right? And then Sally, being the photographer she was not satisfied with any of the pictures I sent. And she kept making me retake the pictures over and over and over and sending them to her until she got satisfied with the picture.
I think I remember I was like, wait, can't you take this like in the portrait mode or like horizontally?
Yeah, and then I was like, woman, I'm just trying to enjoy my vacation and send you nice pictures. I'm not trying to take a picture for your like wallpaper, okay?
I was like, yes, I need a nice wallpaper. Can you take this like portrait mode? Like,
yeah, and then every time I messaged her, she was saying like, oh, the pictures are coming out like not so clear.
Okay, that's not my fault because the first couple of pictures that you sent me were coming out really well, like perfect quality. It's just the second batch of pictures, somehow, I think my phone wasn't processing it correctly because all of them looked, like, really blurry. Yeah, so... But when I downloaded them...
Yeah, and then when I sent them through to you through WhatsApp, they were fine.
Yeah, they were fine. Yeah. But the thing is, I didn't ask you to retake it because it's blurry. I said, can you retake it so I could, like, fit it on my phone? But I just said, I think it's weird that I can't see the quality because before I could.
I know. So I was playing photographer for, like, the first 20 minutes up there because she couldn't get a satisfying photo. Anywho.
I got them at the end.
Yeah. So, anywho, we walk up, we take, like, a little ski lift thing to go up to the luge because the luge is higher up. Mm-hmm. So, luge kind of is like, you're sitting, it's like a Mario Kart. And then there's a lever, like a handle in front of you. And when you pull back the lever, the cart thing starts to drive down. Mm-hmm. And then when you pull it too far back or you push it too far forward, it stops. So you have to keep it in like that zone where like the front is kind of floating and the wheels are turning.
So I guess it's to prevent people from like going too fast or like stopping like
I think so.
Makes sense.
So the first time you have to take the beginner's one. And already in the beginner's one, I'm screaming like I'm in Mario Kart, okay? Because it is way faster than I thought it was going to be. And these like 5-year-olds are trying to overtake me and I was getting so scared. So once I was turning a corner and I'm supposed to slow down and then I forgot to slow down. So I like ran myself up like a side of a ledge and I'm just like stuck there. And no matter how much I wiggle my butt and like I wiggle the handle, like I could not move. So I had to like push one side of my foot like onto the ledge and I had to like push the cart. Yeah. And then I finally got it down. And then I wiggled like very slowly all the way down because like these little kids were really going fast and I was kind of getting scared. And then
Damn.
because we only bought a ticket for 2 luge rises and not 3, which I regretted straight away after I did the first one, right? So we
Yeah.
went to the more advanced one, right? The second one, it's way
Mm-hmm.
more turns and there's like hills that suddenly go down and like you drop. And
Oh
then
my god, that sounds so fun.
it was so much fun. It was something that you would really, really enjoy. And
I
then
think so.
Harley was having so much fun too, and he was going so much faster than me. I don't know how he was going so fast. But then, like, this one, I'm screaming more harder than the first one because it's, like, way more scary.
I like how you're driving, like you're controlling it, and you're also screaming at your own
I know,
controls.
I'm screaming at myself because it's so much fun and I want to go faster, but then I'm scared at the same time. So I'm going fast and screaming at the same time.
So like your voice is contradicting like what you want to do.
Yeah, and then after, like, the second one, the more, like, advanced one, is so much more fun. And I regretted so much not
Yeah.
buying, like, another round because I wanted to go
Then is
over and
the
over and
third
over.
one another more advanced one, or do they just do the second one twice?
No, so it's only the beginner and the advanced. And the
Oh, okay,
advanced
so they
one,
do
like, you have
advanced
to be,
twice.
like, a certain height and stuff like that to go on. Like, if you're
Ah,
a
I
parent
see.
riding with a child, you can't do the advanced one. You can only do the beginner
Okay.
one because the advanced one has, like, drops and stuff, and I guess you can't do it.
Yeah. Oh, I
So
really want to try those.
So, like, it was so much fun, and then we got back, and in my head, I'm like, oh my god, it was only, like, $3 extra for another luge ride on the ticket. I should have
I
just paid 3 more bucks.
know.
I know. But we were like, let's
Regret
save
it.
money, and then we just took 2, and then I
Yeah,
instantly...
save $3.
I
You
know.
just not buy one bottle of water and you'd be good.
And then, like, I instantly regretted it, but it's okay, because by the time it was, 2 rounds, I had already lost half my voice, and I was, like, sounding
Oh,
like a
that's
frog.
true. Because I called you later and you were like exhausted.
And I
I
was
think
like,
like
I know,
when
I
I
was...
called you, your adrenaline probably wore off and you got tired.
I know, and I was like so raspy as well. And then another thing I want to point out, so after we got back down to the city center, so
Mhm.
there's this like bunch of branches that you need to try when you go to Queenstown. And
Sorry, when you said branches, I actually thought a tree branch.
okay, no, not tree branches. Okay,
I
so
was very confused.
there's this branches of restaurants and bars. So it's called Ferg Burger, which
Mhm.
we will put the picture up on Instagram for our Mixing Cultures podcast channel when this episode goes live, because the burger, I mean, there's so much hype about the burger, and Harley was like, okay, it's probably just all hype, like burger is a burger, you know?
Yeah, like how good can a burger be?
But I had sent Sally the pictures the moment I took the pictures when we got there. And the one that
Oh,
Harley got is a massive burger. Like,
that was massive.
like I can't even fit half of the burger in my mouth because it was so massive.
it was also double patty, no?
Double patty and egg and
Yeah.
bacon, and it was so big. But the burger, it doesn't come with fries or anything. And the burger itself is about like $19, $20. But the burger
Yeah.
is so big, even just because I got an original burger with cheese.
Yeah.
The burger is so big. After that one burger, like, I had to sit there for like a minute to like catch myself because I was so full. And then
Yeah.
there's Ferg Baker, which they're quite
Mhm.
famous for their pretzels. The pretzel was really
Ooh.
good.
I love pretzels.
So we had, it's like they have the massive big pretzel and a small pretzel. We had a small pretzel and we had a focaccia bread.
Oh, focaccia bread.
I think one time we got like a pesto and parmesan focaccia bread, and the other time we got like a feta and jalapeno.
Oh my god.
So bomb. So bomb, so bomb, so bomb. And then there's also the Mrs. Ferg, which we didn't get to try, but it's a gelato store. And apparently it's like bomb diggity.
Gelato, it's not like, I don't think it's always worth it to go, but for bread, yes.
Yeah. And then the last one, they have a bar, and Harley had a beer. I don't really like drinking alcohol, so I got a juice. Not like an apple juice or an
Nice.
orange juice. I got like a acai ginger mint juice.
Oh, you got like a fancy adult juice.
Yes, so it was past the breakfast time, but I asked like, "Do you still have the juices?" And they're like, "Yeah, we can do that for you." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And I got the juice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
That juice looked really refreshing, though.
It did. I did send you a picture of that as well. And oddly enough, the last day for dinner we had poutine in New Zealand.
Why?
Which was completely random. But then
it was.
So I love poutine. Poutine is very, very delicious, but
I think it's pronounced poutine.
Okay, fine, Miss French lady. Okay, so
sorry.
So of course it's not 100% like Canadian poutine.
Authentic.
Because the cheese, it wasn't actually curds, I think, because it didn't squeaky squeak. It was more stretchy.
Okay.
But you got the gist of it, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, you need the squeaky, squeegee cheese.
Yeah. And they have like this chocolate ice cream cafe where they make like their own desserts, their own chocolate slabs, own gelato,
I want to go to
ice
those
cream.
places.
And they have like a chocolate fondue and all of that. We didn't get anything fancy. We just went in there, had ice cream.
Oh, that's not a bad idea though.
Yeah, but the ice cream was real good.
That's good.
And that's why we didn't get the gelato at Mrs. Ferg, because we bought the ice cream. And I'm not really much of a sweets person, but they let you try, so we tried like every single flavor and then we got one flavor.
You gotta milk that system.
It was that place was pretty good because we were looking up on YouTube like where to go and things like that.
Yeah.
But next time we decided, because now we've seen everything in the Queenstown city area, we wanted to rent a car next time we come and then drive a bit further out to go to like
outside.
Yeah, like lavender farm and stuff like that.
Yeah, like more of the nature side of Queenstown.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, because we grew up in Canada and I lived in Switzerland, like, when I see nature...
We have high expectations.
Yeah, when I see nature, I'm not like, whoa, nature, wow, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm more like, oh, nature, yay. No, like, oh, it's beautiful, but, like, I've seen something like this my whole life, so I'm very blessed that I've seen so much nice nature. But Queenstown, I would say, is definitely worth the visit. When you do come, I suggest you stay a bit longer and not just stay in the city. But they said there's a place called Milford Sound or something. Let me try to look it up and give the correct information so that I don't give random information. Okay, it's called Milford Sound, like the Sound of Music sound.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently their nature there is really, 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 really pretty. Mm-hmm. And if you go to Queenstown, right by the lake, there's a lot of bars that are facing the lake, and it is really beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say it's definitely worth going to visit Queenstown. If you're ever going to South Island for New Zealand, it's so beautiful and so much lovely food. Everyone was so nice, and I think it's totally worth it to go. To be honest, there's so many different types of cuisines there. You can't really go wrong. Yeah, but that was my trip to Queenstown. The 2.5 day trip, I squished it down to 20 minutes.
Yeah, you see, Sophia was really happy at this point in her life. She won't be after.
Yeah, next episode I'll explain why. But by the way, like in Queenstown, if you're just staying in city center, you don't really need a car if you have a hotel that's really close. But I did walk more than 10,000 steps a day. Because we just walked everywhere. Yeah. Like by 5 p.m. I had walked 10,000 steps and I was so tired. And we slept like babies, to be fair. The moment our pillows,
really well.
our pillows hit the head, our head hit the pillows, like we were just sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a good story. And the next episode is going to be a sad story. For me, at least. But everyone, thanks so much for listening to this episode. Queenstown is beautiful. New Zealand is beautiful in general. I would come when COVID is all over just to have a look. It's so nice here. But now we have a YouTube channel, right?
Yes. So, we didn't want to continue we didn't want to try to keep the episodes on Spotify because we have to pay a monthly fee. So the first couple episodes might be deleted by the time you hear this episode. So we've actually been slowly releasing them back onto YouTube, which is also still under the channel name of Mixing Cultures Podcast.
Yeah, so we will leave a link in the description of our Instagram channel as well. So you guys can go have a look. You guys can go subscribe and like our episodes. They are the exact same episodes. There's no behind the scenes or anything. But everyone, thanks so much for listening, and be sure to check out Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and our YouTube channel, and our Instagram at Mixing Cultures Podcast, and we'll see you next time.
And I hope 2021 has been better than 2020.
Yaha! Okay, everyone, so bye-bye.
Bye-bye!